dokie. Alrighty. We are live. We are ready. We are getting into the trades. Let me just get my face wet with a little cold plunge water. Okie dokie. All right, no news events today. We are waiting for the markets to open up here in the next minute so that we can make our trade. Let me connect my trading account. Connected. We're inside a range right now. That's the range. All right, here we go. Markets are split. Four are 3 out of the 4 shorts, so it's very split right now. I don't like that. That's a close. And it probably is going to go down and retest. We have everything coming down in the markets. So Apple is coming down, Meta's coming down, Nvidia's coming down, Tesla's coming down, Microsoft's coming down, Amazon's coming down. You see what I mean? That was just stupid. Google's coming down. The only thing that's kind of where the open was Broadcom, which makes no sense to why we got closed out there. Other than rules. Just chopping. I have a feeling it's going to come to the top of the range before it goes short. Just to fake out short traders. It's starting to turn to the bottom. Look at the VWAP. It's now breaking the bottom of our morning short positions. Our optimal entry. You see like now it would have been profitable on my shorts. I just can't be like chasing that. It's very annoying. Still chopping. might get stopped out of here as well. That's so gay. Oh. Like, that's bullshit, honestly. And then look straight back down, huh? So this is just testing my fucking patience today. Oh, yep. Yep, I agree, bro. That's crazy. Minus 500, but each one of these trades ended up in profits, so. Wild. Wild. I can't believe that just happened. And now we're probably just going to end up going short. That's crazy. Oh, yeah. November to January. I just like kind of see that it's literally just testing the 65 EMA. And then when I go into the 65 EMA, right, what I know is going to happen is I'll go long and then it just starts to go belligerently short. Like that's literally the only thing that always happens to me when I get into these trades. So I gave it two chances, which is obviously, more than enough. My emotions are in check. I know that the charts are pointing more bearish than they are bullish. But the thing is, it's like every time we get to that short optimal short position at 26,7372, it's acting as a support level for MNQ inside of a box. You see that the VWAP is starting to push down underneath the static support and resistance that I have, but the chop is killing us. So you would necessarily want to go back to the charts of the Magic 8 to see like what are tech stocks. What are the Magic tech stocks doing? So we have Apple short, Amazon short, Nvidia short. Tesla is 3/4 short. I'd say Nvidia and Tesla are 3/4 the way short, and then everything else in the market, like Alphabet and Microsoft, are mixed. Meta is 3/4 long, and Broadcom is long. So now you see why we're getting such bad chop inside of the market. It's like every single stock is doing its own fucking thing. So we have to wait for a confluence break here in order to get like confidently back into our positions right now. Otherwise, we're just going to take some severe loss for no reason inside of the markets. And like that's so annoying because like yeah, if I didn't have a stop loss like here, stop me out here, I would have been in profit. If I didn't have a stop loss, yeah, I could have taken a little bit of profit here. So you see like where at what point do I break my own rules, right? To just take a little piece of the puzzle, or do I step back for the day and not end up trading because the market's being a fucking hoe, right? And yeah, it's exactly why we should have entered shorts. But the thing is that we're not going to go against the market trend, which is sideways consolidation, to another long. That doesn't make any sense, especially after a long period of the 13th, the 12th, the 13th, the 13th to the 14th, the 14th to the 15th, to the 16th, now drawing down into that baseline support, right? Trying to drive its way down. Even look at how the charts differ here. It kind of came down, but this is what scares me. Like you see how we started to tear down here. We still haven't received the widening of the VWAP, which is probably why the move hasn't happened yet. You see how this one went in the different directions. It kind of spread out and then it popped up, right? So this one isn't spreading out per se. This one is simply just, I'm trying to find another clear-cut example of when it goes to short, right? You see how VWAP stays current on the top, but it starts to spread out the bottom. It's not doing that here. It's both of them are tearing down, and that's why it's having difficulties breaking our static support. And now look, it's being a hoe again. It's literally bouncing up to the 65 EMA again. And now it's squeezing in between the two support and resistance lines. So there's a move setting up here, but it's clearly not the move that we want, which is going short on the market. Why? Because it hasn't broken this pocket yet, right? And every time it doesn't break this pocket, we're already 20 minutes into the market. It's trying to break the pocket, but this is where the psychological part that most traders are going to blow their account is because they're trying to make something that's not there yet. So like this is where we just kick back and relax. Like I've already taken a pretty significant loss for today. It's $500 for today. That's crazy. I mean, it's just not the way I would have wanted to start this morning, but again, if I keep forcing positions here that aren't there, then what's going to end up happening is like I'm going to enter down here again, and my psyche, my base of psyche is just going to go, okay, now we go long, and then it just starts to obliterate into shorts. Like that's what market makers want me to do, and then get frustrated and step away from the market. So we have the confluence here, which is 3/4 the way short, but we're also so close to all-time highs inside of MNQ, right? Literally, if you look at the how close we are to all-time highs inside of the market, we're literally approaching that pocket. It's not coincidence that this pocket is literally, after every time it gets inside of here, it tests the top and then drops like a couple of thousands of points. So like I wouldn't be surprised here if we fight this level really, really hard today. And look, now we're starting to get that short. So, and now we're closing beneath the EMAs as well. But I would be very remiss if this was not something that's going to be choppy. So right now we're all short on inside of the market, but watch, it's gonna, I have a feeling if you enter, what it's gonna do is it's gonna shoot up and it's gonna start chopping down. Yeah, good shit, Joes. There it is. I don't think this is coming back. So that's good. And it's like two times attempted to short. Here's the third attempt. This is why you don't quit. So good job. Also kind of would have broken my rules a little bit if I would have entered that in. I have a 2 trade maximum. I'm gonna see if I can try to get a break upwards to retest the box. Maybe I'll enter shorts again. Yeah. Nice. Nice. Yeah, she's running. It's 100 points. I'll see if I can get her on the test of the VWAP. Joseph, if you made your money for today, I would probably just stay away from the market. Take your one and done. Yeah, I know. I wouldn't be surprised if we come back and test the pocket as well. That's a far ass pocket though. Look, it touched that VWAP and then it dropped down another 25 points. I would not be surprised if we come back to test this level. But I would not change my bias today. I'd still stay short for most of the day. It's probably going to move down. Let me see if I can get another level down here. Candles. Alt H. Alt H. Yep. I'm glad you stayed patient. I should have stayed a little bit more patient on the second one. I probably should have set a 100-point stop loss. That would have maybe saved my account a little bit, given me a little bit more grace. But then again, I'm changing the structure of my rules to conform to the markets, which is not fair. Right? I can't do that. I can't change the market or change my rules just because the market is not giving me something. That just I would incur more of a loss psychologically. And notice that I wasn't wrong. Every time I shorted in these two places, I was just early. So what I should have waited was for the break, or what I should have done was I should have shorted on this 65 EMA. I should have learned my first lesson, not being near the EMA to short. If I would have gotten here on the EMA, my stop loss maybe would have been on the VWAP, right? So that would have been an easier, or that would have been enough for me to actually have a little bit of saving grace and never touch the VWAP, and I would have been able to participate in this move down. So not to worry. I mean, I'm not stressed about it. It's kind of just the things that happen, the things that we learn. Keeps testing that VWAP, as I said. I'm going to try to take another short on the 65 EMA. Seems like we're bouncing on that one a lot. Let me check the confluence real quick. Yeah. Trying to get in a little money back. Damn, this trade has no take profit stop loss. That's kind of crazy. They just did me dirty like that. Let me know. I'm like on the balls of my feet to close this trade if it breaks that regression trend. I don't know. Yep, that's annoying. Yep. All right, well, that's it for today. I mean, I don't think I want to lose any more than that. It's like 800. The markets are just being a hoe. I'll come back later and do my thing. What a hoe. What a hoe of a market. I have to analyze these trades. 3 in a row is pretty shitty. Wow, I'm glad I got out. I'm glad I got out. Look at that, test of the VWAP all the way back down. Markets are just don't even know what they want to do today. They just being violent. They choosing violence today. All right, well, that's it for the stream today. Honestly, I'm not going to take any more trades for today. That's a 3 loss in a row. Everything that I'm doing today is just seeming like more of a psychological game rather than it is me actually being a good trader or not a good trader. I'll wait for a signal. I was also trading against the signals. There was none on any of the time frames, so that says a lot about the market. And I was even actually short last night. That's what's crazy about it, is somehow it stopped me out at break even on my trade. You see here. So this would have been within my trading parameters. So I would have been able to get myself into a nice short position this morning and probably closed for in profit. But for whatever reason, at 9 p.m. it closed my short like 9:10, and I wasn't able to profit on this trade. So, you know, annoying behavior. The market is just trying my blood today. And look, now it's coming back down. So to where my open was, my open price. So it's just, that's the nature of the market. She wants to be a hoe today. The best way you can conserve capital is you just don't play. All right, guys. See you guys later. Have a great rest of your day.